Welcome everyone. My name is Barbara Okerson and I teach Vini Yoga here at RCC. I've been teaching it for a couple of years now, and boy do I really miss seeing you all here practicing with me. Today's class will be a class for emotional agility as well as physical agility. We'll start in a comfortable position. So go ahead and find a comfortable position for you. It could be sitting in a chair, it could be sitting on the mat, lying on the mat, or standing up. So go ahead and find the position that you'd like to start with. If you usually use props, you might want to have a strap or a towel or something at home that you could use, a book or a block, something that could help extend your arm length. And also if you have a pillow or a blanket, might be handy when we come into Shavasana at the end of our practice. So as you settle into your preferred position, maybe you can let your awareness rest here just around the navel area. You can place a hand there or just rest your awareness there. The other hand can be here above the heart, or imagine the area of the heart. And as you begin to just allow the breath to find its own rate and rhythm, feel the movement of the breath moving in and down towards the navel. And take several breaths here to let your awareness move inward, the body relax, and the breath settle into its natural rhythm. And begin to let the breath rise up from the navel area, up into the ribs. Feel that movement around the rib cage. And then as the breath begins to lengthen on its own without you forcing, feel that breath rising up from the navel area into the ribs, all the way up into the shoulders. I even feel a little broadening across the shoulders. And as the exhale leaves, I feel the shoulders relax, the ribs move in, and the navel pull just a little inward. And our practice today will have the intention of relaxing tension and stress from the body, clearing the mind, and calming the emotions. So throughout your practice, return again and again to this comfortable position. If you need a break, you need to rest, or the pose we're doing isn't comfortable, just come on back to your comfortable position, come on back to your breath, and we'll join you there in the next pose. So we'll start moving the spine in all 5 directions, if you will. Just let the joints warm up before we start moving the spine. Just let your shoulders rise up towards the ears and let them move down behind you and forward. Just making easy circles a couple of times in one direction, and then just change directions. Just feel that tension beginning to soften. And then we'll warm up the joints in the feet, the knees, the hips. So shifting your weight over onto your right foot, let your left foot come forward, and maybe come onto the ball of the foot and begin to make little circles, kind of massaging the soles of the foot or the ball of the foot, the knee, the hip. And let the circles be however size is comfortable. Change directions a few times the other way. If you're sitting in the chair, you can just put one foot forward and then change sides. So just start by feeling the toes, the balls of the feet, and then begin to make that circular motion. If you try to make the motion too big, it actually stresses and creates tension. So just kind of ease into the movement, change directions a couple of times the other way. And then come on back so that you can feel the weight evenly on both feet. And we'll do a motion to warm up the wrist, the elbows, and the rib cage. Probably a motion that's familiar to you these days. So just start by moving the hands and then interlace the fingers so that you can begin to make like an infinity sign here. Just let the wrist move easily. Begin to increase the size of the movement. Notice the elbows rising up a little bit. And as you lift that left elbow, let the left hip come forward and down, and then to the other side. So the movement is really coming here from the center of the body. Just a couple of times like that, moving the shoulders, the elbows, the wrist, and then change directions. So let the elbow move down and back, pulling the hip back and circling around this way. And again, let the size of the movement be comfortable for your shoulders and your spine. And make the movement a little smaller, coming back. Good. And just move the hands back and forth so you can stretch the ligaments on the bottom of the wrist, the top of the wrist. And then make a little, almost like a string of pearls, just really bringing a little lubrication into the joints and the tendons. And then change directions, a couple of times the other way. Good. And then release the fingers and just kind of fling off anything that you'd like to get rid of. Just fling it down and release it from your body. And we'll go ahead and start moving the spine. So as you are ready to inhale, let the arms move forward and upward. And as you exhale, lower the arms. And notice how the weight shifts on the feet. As the arms come forward, you can feel again the balls of the feet, the toes. Gradually let the heels lift away from the mat, just a small amount each time. Notice as the arms come down, the weight shifts back towards the heels. And one more time like this. And then we'll stay up off the balls of the feet. So as you inhale, let the arms come forward, lifting up. Feel that length in the spine. Exhale, lower the heels, lower the arms. So this first movement of the spine is axial extension, creating space and length. And the next time we'll add the second movement of the spine. So as you inhale and reach up, keep the feet on the floor. Let your left hand move down, your right hand reach up and just a little over to the left side. Bring the left arm back up. And repeat that to the other side. Let your right arm come down, reach up. So this lateral movement of the spine is very natural, very healthy movement. So you're creating length and that lateral extension. And the next time both arms are up, we'll add the next movement of the spine, which is rotation. So take your left hand behind you, your right hand forward, and then come on back, feeling that easy, gentle rotation of the spine. Just a couple of times here. One more time on each side. Bend the elbows. Find ease and comfort here. Good. And we'll lower the arms. Take a nice cleansing breath. And then the most common movements of the spine are forward flexion and backward extension. So we'll use the arms to help a little bit here. Just let your body be relaxed. And as you inhale, spiral the arms, the palms away from you. pull back gently, opening up the front of the chest. And then as you relax, let the arms move in. So from the side, it looks like a very gentle back bend and a slight forward bend. And just one more time, just feeling that natural movement in the spine. And then come on back to neutral. And those are the movements of the spine that we'll be incorporating into all of our asanas today. If you're going to stay in the chair, I suggest that you sit up a little closer towards the edge of the chair and have your chair at home on a sticky mat so that it is stable. And just have your feet on the floor at about a 90-degree angle. So if your chair is taller, you might want to put your feet up on a block or a book or something like that. So you feel very stable and supported in your movements. So I'll try to give an example of doing the pose in a chair as well as standing. We'll start with Warrior One. So standing Warrior One will turn to the long way of your mat. Set your left foot forward, your right foot back, just in a normal warrior position. And we'll use 3 arm positions. We'll start that same spiraling motion of the arms, that expansion here of the heart, and we'll gradually bring the arms higher up with each repetition. If you're sitting in the chair, you might want to turn just a little bit to the side and have your left foot forward, your right foot down or even out to the side so you feel stable and comfortable. And if you have a back on your chair, you'll probably want to do one side at a time, which will balance out when you turn the other way. So we'll start in Warrior One, and we'll transition into Warrior Two, and then we'll come into a forward bend and rest. So stepping into your warrior position, we'll start by spiraling the arms out, lifting and opening the heart. And as you bring the hands in, maybe bring them in towards the heart. Let the chin bow down a little bit. We'll do each level of the arms 2 times. Then the next time you're inhaling, let the arms come up a little higher and bring the hands back to the heart and chin down. And then bring the arms up even a little higher yet. Just a comfortable place for your shoulders. And we'll stay for maybe 3 breaths, a comfortable breath, not forcing to be too long. And the next time you're moving into Warrior One, feel that natural extension of the spine, feel that nice openness in the heart, that smooth, steady breath. And then we'll transition to Warrior Two. So just like we did earlier, take the right hand behind you, and turning the ribs, maybe even that right foot out just a little bit so you can come into a Warrior Two stance. And look towards your right hand and turn the palm up. And then look towards your left hand and turn that palm up. And we'll just move back and forth like this, looking forward into the future and backwards into the past. A couple of times like that, just moving the shoulders, letting the breath come easily in and out. And then we'll come right into the present moment. I just let the palms turn down, that left knee bend, and settle yourself here, right in this present moment. Breath or 2 here. Feel the tension beginning to melt and soften out of your body. We'll do a little lateral stretch. So as you come into a side angle, let the left hand rest here on the thigh as you reach the right arm up. And then we'll reverse that. Let the right arm come down, the left arm up. And we'll move back and forth like that. Just a few breaths. you can come a little more into a range of motion that feels just right, not stressed, not strained. And then we'll stay again for about 4 breaths. So when you come into this comfortable side stretch here, let that top arm reach up. Move it even a little closer to your ear if that is comfortable for your shoulder. And then release it back again. And just a couple breaths here, just stretching, lengthening. Then come on back and pivot the feet so that you're turning towards the length of your mattress. Maybe the feet come a little closer if that would feel more comfortable. And we'll come into a forward fold. So we're going to be bending from the hip crease. You can leave your hands on your thighs, or maybe your elbows, or maybe let your fingertips rest on the mat or a block. If you're in the chair, it's the same thing. Just let your feet be comfortably wide and lean forward so that you can just let the back of the body stretch and get the breath into the back of the lungs. Another breath or 2 here. And to come up, bend your knees. Bring your hands or elbows back onto the legs so you can come up with a nice, safe spine. And then we'll rotate to the other side. So this time the right foot will be forward. And step your left foot behind you so you can come into that comfortable warrior pose. And again, we'll come back to those 3 arm positions. So if you're in the chair, again, you might want to turn your body to the side. The left knee can be out to the side for stability, or you can let it come down for that stretch across the front of the hip here. And since you're using one arm, as you inhale, just spiral the arm back, lift and open. And as you exhale, and bring the hand in towards the heart. So the spine is moving backward, forward. And let the arm come up a little higher. And then a little higher still. Only in a comfortable range that feels just right for your shoulders. And then we'll hold Warrior 1 for about 4 breaths. The next time you're lifting and opening, whatever position that the arm was most comfortable in, stay there. Let the elbows soften a bit and just breathe here. We'll transition into Warrior 2. So your left arm moves behind you, your right arm forward. So you can open into Warrior 2. And we'll again turn the right palm up, looking forward into the future. And then turning the left palm up, looking back into the past. And just a couple of times like that. Just remembering the experiences, the strength, the wisdom we've gained from our past experiences. And looking forward to what's ahead. Opening to possibilities. And then settling right here in the present. Oh, let the palms turn down. Let that right knee bend and find a comfortable place to begin those lateral stretches, reaching up with the left hand, down with the right hand. And then reversing that, left hand down, right arm up. Just taking in a nice, fresh breath here. A couple of times. And then, like the pattern will stay. So the next time you are reaching that left arm up towards the sky, slightly tilting forward. Stay here, breathe, And let that arm move in just a little closer to the ears if that's comfortable. And then relax it. Just reach, extend, and then relax. And one more time. We'll pivot, coming back into a wide-legged forward bend. So let the feet, both feet face forward, fold from the hip crease, and find a safe and comfortable stretch for you, wherever that might be, and just breathe into that. If you're sitting in a chair, the same thing. Just give yourself a chance to relax, stretch the back of the body. And to come up, bend your knees a little. Use your hands to press up and keep your spine safe. And step your feet a little closer together. We'll work a little more on balance now. So looking down at your toes, see if you can press the toes down into the mat as if you were a tree rooting down into the earth. And we'll bring the arms forward and up. And as we lower the arms, shift the weight over onto your right foot. Bend the left knee. Lower the arms a comfortable way. And then come on back up, reaching up. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So as you lower the arms, shift the weight onto the left foot. Bend your right knee. Inhale, that axial extension. And then exhale, lower the arms and relax. So that's the basic movement. We'll repeat that a few times. And maybe if it's comfortable for you, as you repeat the movement, you can bring the arms up. And as you shift the weight over onto your right foot, bend the left knee, lower the arms for a little balance here. Maybe you can come up onto the tippy toe. Come on back up. Shift the weight over onto the left foot, bend the right knee. And as you lower the arms, maybe you can come up onto the tippy toes. One more time. Lower the arms and rest. And certainly use the chair for a little balance, a little support, if that is helpful to you. We'll continue with that movement. So if it's more useful for you to keep your hands on your hips or even out by your side, by all means do that. But we'll work with that axial extension, inhaling, reaching the arms up. And as you shift the weight onto the right foot, bend that left knee, and in time, maybe even begin to lift the foot up off the mat. And then shift over onto that left leg, bend the right knee, and lift your toes. Exhale, lower the arms, take a nice resting breath here. Maybe just one more time, see how that feels. A nice inhale, press down to the feet, get nice and tall, feel that stability. And then as you shift the weight over onto that right foot, bend the right knee, find where that is for you. And one more time here. Exhale, lower the arms, take a nice rest. We'll just do that one more time. I'll turn to the side because we'll be coming from here into Warrior 3. So your feet are about hip distance, you're nice and stable and strong. And as you inhale and let the arms float upward, you're going to shift the weight again to that right foot, then the left knee. As the arms come down, a little stability. And then this time, as you lift the arms, step that right foot back, coming into Warrior 3. The arms come out to the side for stabilizers. And just lift off of the right heel. Stretch the toes. Come on back. The arms come up. And step that foot forward. And we'll change sides. We'll take a nice breath. If you're in the chair, you'll have to modify this a little bit, but basically the same thing. You're going to inhale, let the arms come up. And as you exhale, bring one knee up and back, and then change sides. I sure wish I could see you. It's an interesting practice to stay focused and keep that stability. We'll move from there into Utkatasana, chair pose. So if you have a small pillow or a book or a block at home and you find it useful to kind of hold the block between the knees to activate the inner muscles to help you find strength and stability here. So the pose will look like this. I'm just going to bring the hands down the back of the body, bend the knees, and as I fold forward, bringing the ribs towards the thighs, I'm just going to slide the hands down the backs of the thighs, maybe down to the calves. As I inhale, come on back up and come to standing. I'll do that a couple of times to get the feeling of it. So as you slide the hands down, fold forward from the hip crease, send the weight towards the heels. Gently hug the block, slide the hands wherever's comfortable. And as you come on back up, keep that nice stability in the hips and in the spine. And one more time like this. And then this time as you inhale, come up just about halfway. So keep your hips where they are. Just let your head and shoulders come up. Exhale, come on back down. And then come all the way back up. One more time like that. Bend the knees, slide the hands down. Come to a comfortable place for your spine, your hips. And then come up just a little bit. You can even bring the elbows up. Even open up the front of the chest. Lower the arms back down. And then come back to standing. This is a pretty strong pose for most of us. You can repeat that as many times as you feel comfortable doing to bring you back into a stable, steady, grounded place. We'll move from here into gate pose. We'll be opening up the lower gates of the legs and the upper gates of the arms. So to do this standing, you can move closer to the chair and just kind of bend your left knee, kind of prop your knee against the chair so that the lower gate can stay open. And the right arm will be the upper gate. So the movement will be to keep the lower gate open, keep the upper gate open as you slide to the side and come back up. If you're sitting in the chair, it's the same position. Take the left knee out to the side, keeping that gate open. And as you slide to your right, keeping the upper gate open and the lower gate open. Just a couple of times like that. And one more time, and we'll stay just like our usual pattern. So as you stay over in this nice lateral stretch with the lower gates open, the upper gates open, bring the elbow down and look down. And reach the elbow up, look up. And one more time like that. Look down as you bring the elbow down. And then inhale, come on back up. So this is a very effective pose, whether you're sitting or standing. But since we're making our way down onto the mat, we can also do this down on hands and knees if that's comfortable for you and appropriate. So from knees or standing or sitting, we're going to change sides. Let the right leg come out the side or your left leg, keeping that gate open. the upper gate open across the shoulders. And as you exhale again, just tilt and come on back up. Just a couple of times like that. And the side of the lungs, little space to move here. So the ribs open up. So the tendency is to let the gates close. And now more than ever, we need the gates open. And then we'll stay. So find a comfortable place, and then you're going to bring your elbow down as you look down, just checking on that lower gate. And as the elbow comes up, look up. And just a couple of times like that. And inhale and come all the way up. And if you're on your knees, we'll come on to sitting on the sit bones. So if you like a little blanket under the sit bones or whatever to make you comfortable, and extend the legs out in front of you. Keep the knees soft. Have your feet comfortably wide. And we'll come into just a little forward fold here to relax the back of the body. If you're working in your chair, the same thing. Keep the legs wide and come forward and find a place where you can relax here, take the stress out of the spine. And we'll be moving from here into a forward fold. So keep the knees bent. You can have your block or your blanket under the knees if that makes it more comfortable for you. Keep the feet on the floor. And where we're going is a nice extension up. Press down into the sit bones, reach up. And as you exhale, reach forward. The hands come down towards the shins, the ankles, let the head come forward. And then as you inhale, come all the way back up. And one more time like that. Exhale. And this time we'll work on strengthening those muscles in the upper back. So as you come up, let the head come up, the shoulders, bend the elbows and pull the elbows in towards the ribs. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, stretch forward. Let's do a couple like that. Coming up, bending the elbows, drawing the shoulder blades towards one another, and then reaching up and stretching, relaxing. And maybe just one more like that. Come up, not all the way, about halfway. Bend the elbows, reaching up. And this time as you fall forward, we're going to stay, again, for about 4 breaths. Maybe make a little pillow for your head. And some people are comfortable letting the legs stretch out, that's fine. Just relax here for a breath or two before we come on down onto the back, if you're down on your mat. If not, if you're in your chair, stay there. And do a little leg work here. So come onto your back, keep your knees bent, and take a breath or two to settle in to this position. We're going to keep both knees bent and work just with the right leg, bringing it in towards the ribs, interlacing your fingers behind the leg. And we'll do 3 positions here. The first is just going to bend and straighten. A little stretch into the back of the leg. Draw the toes towards you. And do this a few times. And then you've got the pattern now. We'll stay for about 4 breaths. So just let the leg be as comfortably straight as it is. Use your hands for support. The left leg can be straight if you like. And we're just keeping that leg nice and long. And then we'll change to the second position. So go ahead and keep your left knee bent. Let that knee be your stabilizer. And as the right leg moves out to the right, let the left knee move out to the left so that it can keep the hips balanced and stable. And bring the legs back to center. And maybe just a little tad past center here. And a couple of times like that. If you're sitting in the chair, probably be more comfortable using the strap or a tie or a towel if you have one, or your hands. I'll do this a couple of times and then stay. So let the hips stay stable and level, keep the spine neutral, and just find that range of motion that's comfortable on the inside of the legs and inside of the hips. And then we'll go to that third position. So let the knee move out to the side, let the left knee counterbalance, stay here for just a couple of breaths. And then when we move to the third position, bring the leg back to center. You can keep the left leg bent or straighten it. Let your left hand hold the knee and pull it just slightly past the midline. So you should feel a nice stretch on the outside of the hip. You're not going too far. You want the hips to stay level and feel that sensation here on the outside of the hip. Take a breath or two here. And then we'll change legs. So go ahead and release the right leg back down. Let it stay bent. And bring the left leg up. You can use the right leg now as your stabilizer. And we'll just straighten the leg and relax it a few times. So it doesn't have to go any place other than what's comfortable for you. And after a few times, we'll stay. If you are in the chair, you can use your strap or use your hands, just straightening the leg, flexing the foot, and bending the knee. And then we'll stay for a few breaths. And then we'll come to letting the leg move out to the side. So if you're using the strap or a towel or whatever you have at hand, you can press the leg into the strap, hold both into the strap in the left hand, and use the right knee as your counterbalance. And just move out and back towards center and just a little past center. Just like that, a few times here. If you're on your back, we'll be using that left bent knee to keep the hips level and the spine and neutral. As you take the leg out, the right knee comes out as the balance. And we'll stay for a couple of breaths. So just find a comfortable place. Let the hand provide like a little hammock or a little support for the leg. A few breaths here. And then as before, we'll bring the left knee back towards center, a little past center. Let the right hand hold it. The right knee can stay bent or stretched out, whatever is more comfortable. And keeping the hips level, let that left knee come slightly past center, finding that nice stretch. You can stay here as long as you like or do as many repetitions as you like, but we'll come on back into our final movement before coming into Shavasana. So if you're on your back, bring both knees in, give them a little hug, rock a little from side to side. If you're in your chair, just fold forward and take a few breaths here before we come into final relaxation. So finding your comfortable preferred position, you can stay right here on your mat. You can stay seated in your chair, or for some people they're even more comfortable sitting in an upright position. So whatever your choice, we'll take just a few breaths here before coming into Shavasana. So wherever your preferred position is, return again to the breath, just noticing the movement of the breath, the sound of the breath. And notice the inhale, lengthening, deepening, more movement perhaps after your practice in the ribs, the shoulders. And let the exhale lengthen without forcing or straining, just letting it find its most relaxed, comfortable rhythm. And we'll add just a little pause at the end of the inhale, just before the exhale. And then add a little pause at the end of the exhale, just before the next inhale. And when the breath is settled into a nice, easy rhythm, imagine as you inhale, you're drawing in whatever it is that you need, bringing it into you. It could be peace, it could be calm, protection, whatever you would like to draw in. Pause just a second before the exhale. And as you exhale, exhale out anything that you would like to share or offer. It could be peace, it could be love. And at the end of the exhale, just pause. Let a little more air come out between your pursed lips. And then just like that, inhale, pulling in whatever it is you need, pausing just for a second before the exhale, exhaling out whatever you would like to offer or share. At the end of the exhale, just let a little more air come out. We all have within us a little more strength, a little more to offer than we might know. And you can stay here in this pranayama, this breath work, for as long as you like before coming into final relaxation. On your back or on your side, you can stay seated in your chair. And bring whatever support you would like, a pillow maybe under your knees, a blanket to cover up with, a little support under the back of the head if that feels comfortable for you. And just let the body relax and absorb all the benefits of your practice. Stay here as long as you like. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.